value of the sweep versus an ankle lock will depend on the person and depend on what you're planning to do with it. For example, if whether you're in a dojo or you're in a tournament or something, if you're facing somebody who's generally a higher level than you, or maybe they're way more physically, like degrees higher than you, whether it's just fitness, strength, or a different weight division, ankle locks kind of bridge the gap for both. Meaning you have a better chance at ankle locking, if you have a good ankle lock, a higher ranked person, than you do sweeping them and passing the guard and then submitting them from a dominant spot. Because that requires way more details and like there's a lot more that can change. So it might depend. You might be, again, down points on the tournament, and if I had 30 seconds left, and I know this guy has a good guard and maybe I'm down on points, I can only get a maximum for sweeping and passing 5 points. 2 for a sweep, 3 for the pass. So if I only have 30 seconds, let's say I was down 6 points, I'm much better off trying to get in a position where I can start going here, and I can start attacking from here. Right?
Do you get any points for that?
Not until I come up.
I see.
So a sweep is defined as there's a guard of some kind in place, and I've gone from bottom to top, and then I've established top position. It can even be one up, down, one knee down, it can be both knees down, and I've established control for up to 3 seconds. Even if he's moving around trying to sweep me back, I've established that I'm now the top player and he's bottom player. So that reversal of roles.
So if you go right into that ankle lock, you wouldn't get points?
No, it would be neither points. If you put a very close submission attempt on and then he got out, that would be an advantage score, which is kind of like a half point in judo. Like it's only going to decide a tiebreaker, it's not going to win the match. The other thing is to, when you're thinking about, if I've swept him from here and he's trying to come back, if he comes back and gets back standing before I've gotten up, there's no points lost on my end. I just get an advantage for the sweep. But I'm still the bottom person, so I haven't really established a score, and I'm kind of back at square one. But I attacked with this, and I ended up getting up. So if you are going to go for the ankle lock, I wouldn't stand up just with the ankle lock and then hop back down. I'd either commit to here and try and get the finish, or I'd really commit to trying to be the top player and get my guard pass going. So it's really going to depend on what your goal is for that match, for that moment. But you want to be kind of either looking for the progressing the position along or scoring a submission. So it should always be pinning that leads to control and that leads to submission. That's the goal for jiu-jitsu. So especially for like juniors, it's a good way, whether you're more focused on judo or more focused on jiu-jitsu, pinning somebody and dominating the position and then going for submission is always a good strategy. So that's what we look for. The same reason you might sit and play guard in my preference to stand up and throw. Strategy-wise, you have to think about what happens if this person stands up. Like if you're both, for example, I know that I can't throw Sensei Steve. I've never thrown him once, all the time we've done judo. So for me, it's a very low chance that I want to stand up and engage in that with him, right? So if I get on top of him or someone like him, whether there was a sweep that happened or a submission attempt that a scramble, if I get on top, I don't want to lose top position, right? It's different than I'm with somebody that I know I can sweep more easily or that I know that I can throw. Because if they get on top of me and I make space stand up and throw them, it's very similar to a sweep. It's just more space involved. But if you know that you have a hard time sweeping that person and you have a very hard time throwing them, then you really should maintain top position and work on passing and pinning. And that's when that pinning that leads to submission is even more important. So once you've gotten past somebody's guard, it should be side control, it should be mount, it should be back, or it should be a submission. You really don't want to go backwards because then you're going to have to undo all your work. So regardless of who you're going with, that's kind of how I think about it. And then you can, that also helps you scale, meaning if you're going with somebody that you can tap out 4 times in a round, instead of just trying to tap them out 5 or 6, you can let them work by working a different part of your game. So just kind of some different things to think about of what is your goal every time you're rolling as far as scoring